Ryan and Lisa. Mornings on CFAX 1070.
Well, this session of the BC legislature just keeps taking twists and turns, and with the latest on the allegations that maybe a BC minister is being investigated for collaborating with the Chinese government, let's talk to Wolfgang Depner, a legislative reporter with the Canadian Press. Sir, how you doing?
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, this one needs a bit of unpacking, so I'm glad you're here to do it. So I was mentioning just before the break that this all starts, as far as I know, with a revelation made by the former mayor of Vancouver, Kennedy Stewart, on a Vancouver radio program. Talk us through how this all started and what we know about these claims.
Yeah, so he said during this interview with Jazz Johal that he was interviewed by federal lawyers about a active BC cabinet member being investigated for helping China. Now, Jazz Johal, who interviewed Kennedy Stewart, asked him to confirm not once but twice. And Stewart stuck with it. He said that an active, a current sitting member of the BC cabinet is under investigation for helping China. Now, I have to say that Jazz Johal could have pressed Mr. Stewart a little bit harder about the identity of this active cabinet minister under investigation, because if you're making such a claim, you better bring along the evidence, or at least point people in the right direction. Now, I also note with some interest that the former mayor, the former Vancouver mayor, did not respond to our requests for additional comment, nor did he repeat his claims elsewhere, as far as I can tell. So this circumspect behavior stresses his credibility, and government yesterday basically dismissed his claims on multiple occasions. Mark Farnworth, the Premier, all dismissed Mr. Stewart's claims.
Now, the Premier in question period, for instance, kind of along with what you're saying, mentioned that neither the RCMP nor CSIS, Canada's spy agency, nobody has ever come to him to raise concerns about his cabinet and caucus, and even the Premier in sessions with the RCMP, when he's even asked, like, hey, is there any concern? It's never come up. So that was his line yesterday responding to this.
Yeah. So unless Mr. Stewart comes forward with the name of this active cabinet minister, we have to side with the Premier. But I do agree with the broader analysis of your colleague Adam Sterling yesterday. I listened to his analysis of what the Premier said with some interest, and your colleague once again alerted the public, I think, to a larger problem facing this government, namely a diminishing sense of credibility. Past deflection on issues like the Moscow Treaty and multiple pivots on DRIPA have made British Columbians, not to mention reporters, increasingly suspicious of the Premier's position. Now, but I want to be absolutely clear. Unless Mr. Stewart comes forward with the name of this active cabinet minister, we have to side with the Premier and the government's denials.
But I guess that's an interesting point, that there's more to this. There's just a general sense of, disappointment in the current government for some reasons, for some people, and maybe in that atmosphere, something like this can kind of catch fire, whether or not there's anything behind the allegations.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this issue deepens the well of troubles into which this government has fallen. You probably reported on that poll that came out just earlier this week, which shows the NDP trailing the still leaderless Conservatives by 10 points.
Wow!
So the Conservatives are still looking for a leader, yet they're ahead by 10 points. Now polls are snapshots in time, so they always have to be read with some care. Now the Premier's own popularity has dropped by some 20 points from the 50+%. Elbows up high a little more than a year ago. So this particular issue, not necessarily the most important issue out there, certainly adds to the long list of troubles facing this government. Critics will see in this issue just another piece of confirming evidence that this government is losing or has lost the public's trust. And I would also argue, more importantly, the sort of the he said dynamic of the situation hardens the impression that our political caste is caught in its own games. Now, one of the things that really strikes me about this whole situation, though, is why Mr. Stewart would make this claim.
Yeah.
I can't really see any obvious reason why he would come forward and make such a claim, because if the claim turns to be untrue, if it remains unsubstantiated, the damage to his credibility will be immense. Now, Mr. Stewart has talked about re-entering municipal politics, but if he wanted to generate some attention for himself through that claim, it would come relatively late in the game. The next municipal election is just a little bit more than 5 months out. And while the issue of foreign interference is real, I don't see it being top of mind for many British Columbians. So overall, I cannot see any obvious rationale for Mr. Stewart to interject himself here with such a claim, unless he harbors some personal grudges against the current government, and this is a way to get some payback. Naturally, Mr. Stewart could clear this up himself if he sort of reveals the name of this person. If he comes forward to offer some additional context, if he can talk about who interviewed him, what exactly the context of this interview was, but so far it's all crickets, and naturally RCMP and the federal government have always been very silent on this as well. So there is a lot of uncertainty around this issue, and as I said earlier, it certainly complicates the life a little bit for this government.
Man, a lot of weirdness. You're right. There's a lot of questions still remaining out of this and what's happening. But one last question for you. Is it conceivable, and I'm just sort of hypothetically speaking here, like if there was such an investigation, just if, is it conceivable that maybe the Premier and Cabinet would not be informed if it was kind of close to them? Like, is there a scenario where, the Premier yesterday, his defense was like, hey, look, the RCMP or CSIS have never told me about this. But is there a scenario where they wouldn't because they, don't want to tip their hand or something?
Yeah. So the Premier has to back up a little bit here. So the provincial government and CSIS haven't always had the best relationship, and the Premier made this point yesterday that he has had to sort of get CSIS attention when it comes to getting information that is of some relevance. Now, I would argue that something like this would not be done. That if there is to be an investigation, I cannot see a scenario where the provincial government is left out in the dark, because that would actually be negligent on behalf of the federal. That would actually be negligent on behalf of the federal government. If there is an investigation going on, it would be in the interest of the federal government to alert the provincial government about this very situation. So I cannot foresee a situation where the Premier or Cabinet are left in the dark, because if that's the case, that raises some serious questions about the federal government's role in all of this. Because why would you sort of let the situation unfold, especially if sensitive information is to be shared? You want to make sure that if there is to be sensitive information is shared, that the provincial government stops the flow of that information to any foreign government. Now, again, Mr. Stewart has a point insofar that the issue of foreign interference is real. It's well documented. We've had incidents going back to 2019, incidents going back to 2021, other incidences as well in other areas of the Canadian political scene. So the issue is real. Now, whether or not this active cabinet minister, whether or not there is an active investigation against a sitting BC cabinet minister, forgive the vernacular, that's a big matzo ball hanging out there, and he better he better come with some receipts to show his claims.
We got to leave it there because we're out of time, but that really helps me unpack it. Thank you to Wolfgang Depner, legislative reporter with the Canadian Press, and you can read more of his stories, of course, online. Much appreciated, and we'll talk again soon.